I noticed that, so after you post these videos, they quite often get demonetized on YouTube.
Almost all of my videos now get demonetized on YouTube. So they get demonetized, my subscribers get removed, the likes get removed, the share count, every metric of a success of a channel gets reduced. And I've contacted YouTube in writing. We've had very long back and forth with email, and they've admitted that they're aware that they're doing it and that everything is working as intended. And so, I've offered them a very large amount of evidence, including saying, hey, my subscribers will do CAPTCHAs, they'll write you emails, they'll talk to you, anything you want to verify that these are real people. And they made it clear that they know that they're real people, but they're just going to remove their account anyway. And then just to, as if they want to rub salt into the wound, another thing that they do is they boost particularly pro-separatist videos in their ranks. And so this is provable. So if I, for example, search for the words Hong Kong in YouTube and sort it by the date, what I should be seeing is the most recent Hong Kong videos, and then working backwards to the least recent. But instead what I find is the first top 5 are the most recent, and then the 6th one is one from 2 months ago by a known racist person against Chinese people with less views than my video from 2 months ago that's actually of a comparable stature, but with more videos and pro-China. So it's very obvious that they're trying to promote a political message. And in the West, the message that they're trying to cultivate is that we are on the side of Hong Kong because Hong Kong is fighting for democracy, and we have a democracy and we want them to have a democracy, and so therefore they are the righteous ones and everything that they're doing is right and we need to support them. And I think there's several problems with that narrative, and they don't want to hear it and they don't want others to hear it.
I think it surprised some people that YouTube actually is active in the content.
And YouTube is normally thought of as, like you said, an open platform where anyone can do whatever they want. And they do allow a lot of content. Not all content that's legal, by the way. There's a lot of content that's legal that they do not allow. So they do some censorship. And we've always known that. But increasingly now we're seeing that they're forming these narratives that they support, and they're passively supporting them and then a little bit actively supporting them, and now we're seeing it's more and more proactively supporting them. Deleting accounts, demonetizing entire accounts, demonetizing specific videos while boosting other videos, and they're getting into a lot of trouble now with many different big channels are starting to voice their opinions against this. But the real biggest problem with YouTube is that it does all this while it also tries to proactively crush all competition. So it's established a monopoly on the Western media platforms. And so what that means is that somebody like myself, if I want to reach people in the West, I don't have any other options. And if another platform comes, they just crush it. And so what that means is that there's potential antitrust issues where they're removing competition and then they're crushing dissenting voices, and they're also not practicing their own freedom of speech, as many people say, because people will say, well, they're their own company, they can allow or not allow whatever they want. That's actually not a real argument, because the thing is, they're not liable for that speech. If you were a plumber and you say, well, we believe this as a plumbing firm, we believe this, you can be sued for saying that because it's your freedom of speech, but you also have the responsibility for that speech. But for example, if you were using a telephone company and you say something bad while you're using their phone, you can't sue the phone company for that. And the reason is because they don't make decisions about what the content of your communication is. They're not allowed to. They just let all communication. That's a free and open platform. But what YouTube is doing is they're trying to get the best of both of those worlds. So what they're doing is they're controlling the content, but not taking responsibility for the content. So while my videos about Hong Kong are demonetized, the other day I sent an email directly to YouTube saying, hey, what about this video about white supremacy and how black people should be deported from America and how immigrants should be taken out of the country at the barrel of a gun or killed if they resist? That video is monetized. So what's the part of that that you agree with the most? I asked them this. So the thing is, I can't sue YouTube for that. They're not liable because they just say, well, we just allow anyone to do whatever they want. But they don't. So they're in a really tricky situation. I believe that they're violating a few laws in America at least. And so I'm interested to see how this pans out.